We got another story here about a Tesla Model 3 as a police car. And I remember we talked about this in the past, but we were kind of wondering at that time if it was a one-off or if it was going to become a more frequent occurrence that an electric vehicle would be used as a police cruiser. It's still very, very small percentage. But here we have a 1 year versus of a Model 3 as a police car versus a Dodge Charger, which you see those models frequently. So one of the issues with converting a law enforcement fleet to electric is upfront costs. It's going to cost you more out the gate, right? Yeah. These are expensive vehicles, more expensive than the equivalent gasoline-powered vehicle. But the argument is that over time, they will pay for themselves because of the fuel savings. And so they did the math, inside of a police department. They track everything very closely. And in a way, they almost supply nice data as well for a regular driver because they're pushing their stuff way harder than you are. And so their data would showcase to you under a heavy load what your savings could look like. And the savings they came up with in 12 months of use, switching to a Model 3 from a standard Dodge Charger was $6,755. And it almost matched the initial price difference for them on those two vehicles.
Oh.
About $7,000. So if you have that thing in the fleet for a couple of years, it starts to get even better. And all of a sudden, maybe even pay for itself at a certain point, depending on how long these things can last within the fleet. And there's other pieces as well, Will, which we talked about previously when we first heard about this taking place. You got a really fast vehicle. Yep. Model 3, you got a really fast vehicle. You got a silent vehicle.
Oh, to creep up.
You ever think about that? You got a silent vehicle. A silent and fast vehicle with tremendous acceleration. And it's not a bad place to sit either. If you gotta sit in that car for extended periods of time. So anyway, they're making the case that they could potentially convert to more electric vehicles. And if we keep seeing reports like this, you could imagine that fleets around the United States and elsewhere could consider this, could make this a significant portion. You got something else? You're smirking again. What do you got, Will? Go ahead.
Nothing.
All right.
I got nothing.